class 10. How are you all? Class 10. In the previous videos, we have almost finished with the chapter number 4, that was consumer protection. In that, we have done consumer protection, meaning we have done the Consumer Protection Act. We have done rights of the consumers, that what are the rights that the consumers enjoy, what are the rights that the consumer have. Then we did consumer awareness. What is consumer exploitation? Consumer exploitation was that the consumer, how the consumer is being exploited and what are the ways that the consumer gets exploited, right? And we did 6 rights, we did 6 consumer rights. We also did that when the consumer is being exploited, what he can do, he can take judiciary measures, he can go to the court, he can file complaints against the buyers, against the sellers. Alright, so we have done that chapter and that is it for that. Now in this video we will start with a new chapter, that is chapter number 5, e-commerce. Right. Now most of you must be very well aware of this term e-commerce. Right. What is e-commerce? Now see, E stands for electronic. Right. E stands for electronic and commerce means trading. And commerce means trading, right? So electronic trading, if I join these two words, electronic trading, it means that trading. Now what trading involves? Trading involves buying and selling, definitely, right? It involves buying and selling. This is what trading is, right? So electronic trading means buying and selling. Buying and selling of what? Of goods and services. Buying and selling of goods and services, right? Buying and selling of goods and services. So this is what involves e-commerce. These are what activities, these are what terms that are basically involved in e-commerce. So electronic trading means buying and selling. E stands for electronic, commerce stands for trading. Now what comes in trading? In trading comes your buying and selling. Buying and selling of what? Buying and selling of goods and services, goods and commodities, right? It involves buying and selling of what? Goods and services, goods and commodities. So any activity which is done through electronic means, that contains e-commerce, right? That is e-commerce, that is a means of e-commerce. You are buying goods and services, you are placing orders online, you are receiving them online, that is what? That is a part of e-commerce only. Why? Because you are making those deals through electronic means. You are doing that electronically. So what happens? That when you do something electronically, you are buying something, you are selling something. This is also a way of e-commerce. Why? Because I am giving you the lectures. Okay, and this is what? This is a means of electronic communication. This is also an electronic communication, right? So anything which is done through computer, through electronic means, and it involves money, it involves something which is related to some purchases or which is related to some buyings, activities, that is known as your e-commerce, right? It can also be known as, I can also term it as e-business, right? I can also term it as e-business. Why? Because E means what? E means electronic. Business, you know, business means which is related to money, right? So anything, any activity which is done in order to earn money, any activity which is done in order to earn a profit, margin of profit, that is what? That is your e-business. So e-commerce, what is it does means? It means that E stands for electronic, commerce stands for trading. Now when it comes to trading, what are the two things that comes in trading is buying and selling. Why? Because we have to earn money. We have to earn what? We have to earn profit. And for profit, what we have to do? We have to do trading. We have have to do buying and selling of goods and services, of goods and commodities, right? This can also be termed as e-business. Why? Because it involves profit, it involves earning profit, and it involves money. Now, wherever money is involved, it will be termed as business activity, right? Now, next is that there are some benefits of this e-commerce, right? There are some benefits of this activity. Now, what are the benefits of this activity? Now, see, there are some benefits. Okay, there are some benefits, or we can also call them advantages. There are some advantages of this activity. What are the advantages of this activity? First is global reach. First is global reach. Global reach means wide market. Okay, global reach means wide market. Now, e-commerce has helped in reaching the people from different countries to different corners of the world. People from China, we were purchasing goods from China. Because of this pandemic, we have broken every deal, we have broken every contracts, every agreements, every relation with them. But earlier we were doing a lot of transactions from China. A lot of transactions are done from Arabic countries, right? We purchase oil, we purchase fuel from those countries. So that is what, that is global reach. Also, e-commerce means that you are purchasing things electronically from different countries, from different corners of the world, and with that chain, because the chain is there, right? That chain is there. So that chain is helping you in providing that products to you from different countries or from different corners of the world. So that is global reach, means wide market we have. The next is quality of services. Next is quality of services. Means quality service. Now definitely when you purchase something, like example Amazon is there, right? Amazon is there. If we compare Amazon and Flipkart, they both are same, but the quality, the services that we get from Amazon is A1. If I compare Snapdeal, then people can trust Snapdeal less than Amazon. So this is what? This is maintaining a quality. So e-commerce has maintained, has given a quality check to many of the companies, right? Then we have this. Next is mass customization. Third is customization. Customization means that you can customize your products according to your needs, according to your benefits, according to your preferences, right? There are so many companies are there, so many brands are there which provide you with this customization of goods and services, right? They give you an opportunity to customize your own goods, to customize your own products. So according to that, you can customize your own products and services. Next is convenience. Fourth we do is convenience. It is very convenient. You do not have to go anywhere, right? The producers, they do not have to go anywhere. The buyers, they do not have to go anywhere. Sitting at home, you can place the orders, and sitting at home, you can take the orders. It is just that the delivery person, who is a mediocre between the buyer and the seller, he comes in between, he fulfills the orders, and he delivers you whatever you want to. So it is very convenient. You do not have to waste your time. You do not have to waste your energy. You do not have to waste your fuel, right? You do not have to go from one place to the other place hindering about the products that you want. Online, you sit online for an hour or two. You make the you just sort according to your will, according to your demands, according to your preferences, taste. You place low investment. Okay. Then last one is low investment. Low investment means that it is very easy to start an e-business. Okay, you do not need much. You do not need a large setup. You do not need large capital. You just need a room and you just need your setup. You just need your desktop. That is it. You do not require high technology equipments. You do not require a high furnished office. You do not require much of the employees, workers. You just need a few helpers, 1 or 2 persons. And that is it. You can start your business with very low investment, right? So, what was first? First was global reach, right? Let me write here. First was global reach, that is wide market. E-commerce has spread almost everywhere now. Everyone knows what is e-commerce. Everyone knows how to purchase food, how to purchase clothes online. Then second is quality services. That is if you are doing something, you have to maintain a quality, and so does e-commerce maintains that quality. Third is customization. You can make products, you can choose products, services according to your will. Fourth is convenience. It is very convenient because you do not have to go from one place to the other. It is very convenient to sit at home and make the orders. Fifth is low investment. There is no much investment required in this type of business activity. Okay, it is just that you have to sit at your place and make the orders. Right. Now next term that we do in this is e-tailing, right? E-tailing. Now this word e-tailing comes from retailing, right? This comes from retailing. Now retailing was what? Retailing was is an activity actually which is done between the ultimate sellers and the ultimate buyers, right? What happens is that the buyer goes to the shop and he shops his products, he shops his whatever things he needs, he shops that, right? But in this retailing, he has to go to the market, he has to go to the shops, right? And the seller who is there sitting on the shop, he actually retails the products, that is, he gives everything on the MRP, right? There is a word which is MRP, that is your market retail price. That is your market retail price. Means that if a product says it is for 250 rupees, that person is going to give you on 250 itself, right? Now the difference between retailing and e-tailing is, again, it should be very clear. E means electronic, right? E means electronic. So anything which is done electronically, tailing which is done electronically is known as e-tailing. Tailing means selling the goods and services, right? Anything which is sold online, which is sold through electronic devices, that is your e-tailing, right? Now there are certain steps involved in e-tailing. That is, first is visit the website. How you can do this process of e-tailing. First is you have to visit the website. The customer logs into the e-tailer's website through his or her mobile phone or personal computer or laptop. Second is choice of product. He can choose the products according to his will. Third is online payment. You have to make online payment if COD is not available, but COD mostly it is available. Fourth is delivery of the product. You can deliver the product according to you, according to the you can deliver the product according to the preferences, right? You can take 3 days, you can take 7 days. Fifth is customer feedback. Now, e-tailing is not complete without customer feedback. Like I always give you example of Domino's. Whenever you before COVID, whenever we used to go to Domino's, after having our orders, they used to give a diary, they used to give us a feedback book. Okay, and in that feedback book, what they used to tell us, to give them feedback. Alright, if I am the producer, if I am producing something and if I am giving you something, then I'll ask you to give that feedback, that how did you like, that did you like the product or not. So give the feedbacks according to that, right? So any business is not, and marketing also, I've told you that marketing does not end just after selling or just with the selling. It keeps on going, it keeps on continuing even after selling is done, right? So customer feedback is there. Now there are some advantages of e-tailing. First is that it provides access to the consumers. Second is it is easy and inexpensive. Then overheads, sorry, don't do this. Then we have is customers can shop from their homes. Definitely you can sit at your home and you can shop. Customers can buy round the clock, that is 24/7. All these activities are involved. Sorry, these are available, so you can do according to that. Right, there are some disadvantages that customers do not easily trust a new e-tailing site. Right, it may be expensive to create and maintain an e-tailing website. E-tailing involves infrastructures, cost. Customers do not get emotional shopping experience of physical stores. Then customers can be reluctant, means they can be doubtful. Right. So these were few e-tailing advantages and disadvantages. Now in this chapter we have done what? We have done meaning of e-commerce. We have done what are the benefits of e-commerce. Right. Then we did e-tailing. Okay, and we also did some advantages and disadvantages. Now I tried to put some pictures at the end of this video so that it is helpful to you, and I hope you understood the chapter, and I will catch you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.